Hi subbies. Thank you for the 1111 subscribers, and I'm trying to figure out about the Amazon card. I don't know how to buy it. Anywho, if you don't have a family member who have a kind of addiction, and it doesn't matter whether it's drug addiction, alcohol addiction, work, sex, whatever, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter whether it's your dad, mom, child, then I would advise you to watch. If not, it's not a video for you. It's going to be boring, okay? Yeah. This was actually also the reason why I made this channel. And now they can't demonetize me, so okay. For around a week ago, my friend called me and asked me to talk to his son. And I didn't understand why, only that my friend was on relapse again. He was clean for some while, and yeah. Anywho, the son asked me, why does my father choose drugs over me again and again? And I said to him, it's not that your father is choosing drugs over you. And I can only say that because I have two kids that I love dearly, and they are most important thing in my life. But I just couldn't. And I'm so sorry that your father is not there yet. But I can tell you that he loves you. And you are number his one. And the only reason why he's hanging on and try to become clean again and again and again, it's for your sake. He really do love you. He loves his mother and his sister, but he's just not there yet. And I talk more with him. If you have a kid or uncle, sibling, you are a parent, and you have had an addict in your family, I think you know what I'm saying. Please believe me when I say that, especially when it's children and family members. My kids, they are number one, and they have always been my number one. And my son, who have been through so much, I really tried to become clean again and again and again, and I relapsed. And the issue is, I can't come with a excuse. I can only say I am sorry, and I'm sorry you have to go through the pain, the hurt, the shame, the anger, everything. And but I can assure you, it has nothing to do with you or choose drugs or alcohol or whatever over you. Why I can say that is that my father was an alcoholic, and he was able to be sober when he saved, but when he came home to be with us, he chose to drink. So I thought that he chose alcohol instead of us. And one day I became adult, older, over 20, and got a son. And he was around 3 when I became a drug addict. And then I understood that my father did not choose to drink or you know, he didn't choose alcohol for me, or, you know, it has nothing to do with that, okay? I found out that all the time I tried to become clean, and I did it for my father's sake, for my mother's sake, for my friend's sake, for my sisters, especially my son, and later came my daughter. Why I couldn't stay clean? It was because I chose, and some call it addiction, a disease, and maybe it is. I don't care what you call it. I know the fact is that I had all these emotions, anger, shame, and all that. And instead of going to my friend or a professional or whatever, meetings, you know, and say, help me, I can't do this on my own. I chose to numb myself. I chose to go to the nearest, you know, dealer and shoot up. It was easier for me than take the high road and stay clean. I think the longest I had was 9 months, 10 months, something like that. And I just couldn't. And it was nothing to do with my son, because you have to understand that maybe your child or your parent or whoever died of an overdose, and I would guess an accidental overdose, because when you have someone who loves you, it's damn sure that you are doing whatever you can to become clean. You just can't, because it's so hard. If there is a Satan, and I do believe there is something devilish force, it is the devil who made drugs and alcohol and other things you get addicted to. Addiction is something that you don't have control over, and you really need help. And I wish I could take the hurt away. I wish I could take the pain away. But I can say this, that it's nothing to do with choosing drugs or alcohol or whatever over you. You are the most important thing on this earth, okay? And the person who is hurting you in your family because of addiction is only alive because of you, only trying to hold on to something because of you, because of the love he or she has to you. And why he or she might die of it, it's because the body just couldn't do it anymore. It's not your fault. It has nothing to do with you. And if it was easy, he or she would become clean just like this for you, or sober, or whatever it is. But this called addiction is so powerful that you can't even you know, I see it today on YouTube, the YouTube fame. It really reminds me of addiction. The likes, the views, you know, I found out early on in YouTubing that the more likes I got, the more views and all that, a bigger high I got. And I had to, you know, pull myself away to see what is it that's going on. And I see now that why some YouTubers are acting crazy in my eyes, you know. It's addictive, you know. also to watch YouTube videos. It's also addictive. Be careful, please be careful. When I'm not saying it's not allowed to drink glass of wine, or I'm not going into the drug, you know, but watch a YouTube video or become a YouTuber. It's not that. It's when your life is becoming, if the drinking or the YouTubing or watching YouTube or playing games or going to job or drinking alcohol becomes number one, and it's not you and your family and the important thing that's number one, then you know it's an addiction. Do you follow me? When the stuff you are addicted to is becoming number one, and it's beginning to ruin the things around you, you are beginning to hear, hey, can you please cut down the hours you're using on YouTubing, or can you cut down the alcohol or weed or whatever, then it's an issue, then it's a problem, okay? But remember, people who are affected by this addiction, that you are the loveliest, most perfect person there is on this universe, or else you wouldn't be here. And even those who are dead were also perfect. I think the universe just needed them to something more important than being here, you know. Whether it's becoming an angel or what is, I don't know. I'm not God. But remember that you are number one, and there's nothing and no one who is choosing alcohol or drugs or YouTube or job or whatever over you. Nothing, because you are the most important, you know. It's the person who are addicted to something that has the issue. Oh, I really hope I come into you. I can't turn back time. I wish I could, because I hurt my family so much. I lost my father while he was actually sober and stopped drinking, but I was on drugs. But he died. And my mom, it was smoking. I'm doing the same, I know. But the biggest gift I got becoming an addict is that I found out that my parents didn't choose cigarettes or alcohol or job or whatever over me. They did what they could, you know. It's not to excuse their behavior, because it's unexcusable. It's, you know, I know it sounds hypocrite, but it is. It's you say sorry and you can't say but there is a but, and if you understand the but, it's more easy for you to let go, and it's so important for you to let go of the anger, the hurt, and it's easier said than done, especially if you are in the middle of the storm, you know. If you have a father who are drinking too much, or a mom with addiction or whatever, or child for that matter. But please understand that it has nothing to do with love, and it has nothing to do with choosing something over, you know. It's because the person don't want to feel the real life, you know. As I was asked, are you willing to live for your kids? I always hear you say you would die for your kids, but are you willing to live for your kids? And that's, yeah, So I felt that I had to say it before, yeah, it was too late or whatever, you know. I could be, yeah, killed by a car tomorrow, whatever, you know. I just want to say that you are very important, and no one would ever, ever, ever trade you for anything. And people who are addicted, it's because they aren't fulfilled within. It has nothing to do with you. Remember that. You are perfect as you are, okay? And people who have the addiction, if you listen to me, try to see if your YouTubing, or the time you use for YouTube, or the amount of alcohol you drink, if it's beginning to have an unbalance, you know, because then it's becoming an addiction. There is a difference between overdo it and addiction, and you know when it's addiction. You just have to listen within your heart, in your soul. It was just that. I just felt the need to say it. And if ever my kids watch this, I don't think they're going to watch it unless I'm dead or something. Please know that you are my number one, both of you. And I'm choosing one day at a time to live for you. I know you are angry that I cannot and I will not promise to stay clean for you rest of my life, because I can't. I'm not going to promise you something that I don't know if I can, you know, keep. But I can say that today, 24 hours from now on, I will stay clean, because I love you and because I love myself. And I'm not afraid to see the pain. So I hope that someone is going to watch this, and you don't need to write anything, you don't need to subscribe, you don't need to do anything. Just remember that you are the greatest, or else you wouldn't be here, okay?